Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's the Big D show, but it's called D and Big. So today we're talking major keys.
Big Biggie.
Talking major keys, man.
We like major keys. End of episode.
I think I got about. I mean, what's a major key? Oh, should we start there? What's a major key, right?
Oh, I mean that. I don't. I'd say that books that are valuable and hold their value over time.
I think like a book that is the okay. Say you collect Darkhawk. You get the first Darkhawk appearance. That's not like a major key, but it's the biggest book you can get for that character. So I don't know. I don't know how to put a number on the keys I have. I have keys. I have major keys. I'd say I got about 30 to 50 major keys and about 200 keys. I would guess. I have no fucking idea. I mean, there's a lot of books that are supposed to be keys. So, I mean, if it was just to list off all our books, it'd be a fucking 2-hour show. So,
Yeah.
You kind of get what you can, dude. I'm pretty proud of my collection. I got some pretty weird shit. You know, I got a lot of books. I don't want to get rid of too many of my cool books, and I still want more. So let's see what's going on in the chat. I see some comments. Must be GT. Yeah, Big GT. What up, fam? Everybody go to his eBay shop, GT Key on eBay. Check him out.
You haggle the fuck out of them.
Always haggle GT.
Yeah, so I know you don't like using this app, and I'm not saying that these people are the end of the discussion, but the CLZ app on my phone does break down your collection into major keys, minor keys, or not keys at all, which is kind of interesting. So according to them, I have 41 major keys.
That's cool.
Some of them, like in that they classify like the death of Superman as a major key. Not super valuable, but it's a momentous occasion of a story. It's an important story in the history of comic books. Hey, Legend. Hey, Vinny Whitlock.
Whitlock.
They consider they consider the episode, the issue where Spider-Man marries Mary Jane to be a major key. But in the same breath, they have my X-Men 1 as a major key.
I don't want one right now.
Now, when I get out of the major keys and I go into the minor keys, like my Gold Gambit is considered a minor key. It's more valuable than some of my major keys, but it's just the origin and first solo series of Gambit, first appearance of Chandra and the Benefactress.
So, do they consider covers to be major keys?
Well, let's see. I'm going to go back to my majors. I want to see if my Silver Surfer 4 is a major key. Yep, Silver Surfer 4 is a major key, and the reason is iconic cover.
Okay. Well, I mean, that kind of pointed out a reason why. I mean, I love Superman, but I would not consider Death of Superman a major key. I'd consider that a high print run book that is easy to get. I think major keys are a little harder to get. Now, if they're going by stories and shit, you could say Jim Lee X-Men 1. You could say X-Force 1, X-Force 2, you know. So I'd like to put a little bit of value on major keys, I would think. Like if major keys only cost $3, what's so major key about them, in my opinion?
And it just depends on how you rank it. You know, if you're looking for impact of the book, Death of Superman definitely had an impact. Um, it got a lot of mainstream media coverage, even.
Yeah.
Um, but I see the argument both ways. Like I don't, but here's the deal. Like I don't really care if it's a major or minor key. I care if I like that damn book and if I want it in my collection.
hmm
Yeah.
Well, you leave the just I'm a major key collector out of it. When I'm collecting something, I want the coolest one possible. I feel like I want. You know what I mean? So like I can't get a Submariner Golden Age first appearance. I can get a Silver Age Submariner #1, a big premiere issue. That's a pretty cool book. I'll get that. You know, that's pretty much the biggest Submariner. I have a bigger Submariner book, but it ain't because of Submariner. It's because it's the second Doctor Doom. Um, it's just like I don't fucking know. FF12. It's an early FF. It's the first meeting of Hulk and Fantastic Four. First thing in Hulk battle. Super significant. Maybe not, I guess, but not super. But it has some value. It's cool. I like the cover. There's a lot of different things that make books. You can have like factors. Cool cover, importance, and value kind of are my three biggest things. Now, there's a lot of shit that happens in stories that's very important, but I mean, I don't want to shit on Death of Superman. I love that book. I think it's iconic. It's one of the most nostalgic covers there are. I think X-Men 1, Jim Lee, all of them variants are pretty nostalgic too, so
See that one they considered to be a minor key.
interesting. Yeah. Um, Anywho, I get kind of bored with like runs myself. Like I want to read everything, of course, but I'm not much of a I need to read 12 issues in a row kind of guy. Maybe when I'm buying it, it's a little easier for me, but to go back in the past, and I guess that's kind of why I did book club so I can learn more about older books and shit. But I never filled too many runs. You got any runs you had to fill?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to like always make it about Scarlet Spider, but I loved the Ben Riley Scarlet Spider series that came out in 2017. I read every issue of that. Um, it For me, the run collecting is important for my own collection. When I love all the issues in the run. If if I like the first 8 issues and then the next 30 suck, well, I don't need that run. You know. So, but some people are completionists. They need to get the whole thing. I can't shit on them for that. You know.
No, right. Like I like Mr. Miracle's Kirby run from like 1 to 17 or so. I don't
Yeah.
have them all. It's something I pick at sparingly. I go on eBay and just finish the run with $50? No, I'd rather get another $50 book. If I ever finish the run, is it something I'm aiming desperately for? Not really. But if I do it, I'll keep all my books. I'll be happy I have it. The closest thing I've ever done to like filling the run is this own imaginary uh, uh, run that I made up in my mind, which was like all the McFarland Venom keys that I like and all of the Black Suit keys. Like I wanted to get all of those. I thought were important. So that's the closest I came to like systematically taking down a run.
Yeah. No, I also don't collect a lot of runs myself. I am working on a run right now, and I picked up an issue of that run today. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, that sounds fun. What's up?
Give me that big split screen.
Yeah,
Over there, that's the one. Aha.
Doomsday.
Yeah, Man of Steel number 19. It's a 9.8er, and it's the issue before he dies.
Wow.
So I've got I'm 2 issues away from having the entire Death of Superman run. Um, and then I'm going to go after the Return of Superman, and then after that, I might go after Funeral for a Friend, but I don't know if I will.
I guess I do have somewhat of a different little run that I like, and it's not like you get 45 through 50 or fucking 1 through 15 or nothing. It's just the keys that are in this area. So I got FF 45, FF 46, 48, 49, 52, and maybe like 54, I think.
Okay.
And those are all the like Inhuman and Silver Surfer Galactus first appearances. So I felt like that was a good solid book. And then I also wanted Silver Surfer 1. I guess I could go for Silver Surfer 4, but you might as well get the Mephisto 2 while you're at it if you're going to get all three of them or just two. So that was kind of a thing I did, but yeah, another cool little set would be like Amazing Spider 13, 14, and 15. So Mysterio, Green Goblin, and Craven would be a nice little set. I've only gotten Green Goblin, but the other two aren't as hard as the Goblin. So
Yeah, you got the bigger of the three so far.
yeah, I like to start off with like the biggest book of a series and then work my way down. I'm not saying I do that every time, but some of the times that's what I do. So like Swamp Thing, for example. Like I like Swamp Thing just a little bit. I don't love him enough to be one of the first books I had to get, but I felt like I wanted a Swamp Thing book. Now, how many Swamp Thing books do I own? Maybe fucking 10. you know.
Yeah.
So so I got the first appearance and I said, fuck the rest of them. And I don't know. I like Constantine. I think that would be a good one, but I'm not really too worked up about getting a bunch of Swamp Thing books.
No, I get it.
I mainly got that Swamp Thing because I was aiming to get the bronze keys. So
Yeah.
the big bronze keys are like, and I never would have thought I'd go after this shit, but I got a GSX I wasn't expecting to get. So GSX, Hawk 180, Hawk 181, Spotlight 5, House of Secrets 92, and probably, you could consider First Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night 32, maybe Dracula 1, shit like that. But I've gotten the ones I really like out of that. Like, I'm not much of a monster guy, but Ghost Rider 1 might pop in there. So that's kind of a fun one. Now, the Silver Age shit, I would love to have.
Yeah.
I would love to have ASM 1, AF 15, FF 1. Like, these are the books I think of all the time. Like, wouldn't it be nice? But the shit underneath it's cool too. Like, I've been thinking about getting Death of Gwen Stacy and Green Goblin and shit like that. So,
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 is a book I never want to own.
no,
And and unless someone gives it to me, I would gratefully take it as a gift. It's a very big book, but I could not imagine trying to buy that book instead of just continuing to save and going after AS-15.
yeah, I would want the AF 15 first, but it would be a good placeholder. You know how some people like placeholders? you probably couldn't hear me because Melody was screaming, but placeholders, like a book that's
Yeah, but that's an expensive placeholder. Like
uh,
that placeholder ain't cheap.
it's probably the second biggest Spider-Man book I can think of. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a very big book. I'm not shitting on it, but I do not like the cover, and it's not the first appearance of Spider-Man.
It's still as big of a book it is. It's 1/10 almost, or 1/5 of what a AF-15 is. I think it's
Yeah,
a
that's
very small amount compared to the big dog.
yeah. No, I would need to have an AF-15 in my collection before I picked up an Amazing Spider-Man 1. I would need to have a first Iron Man in my collection, a first Thor, a first Hulk. Like I would never put that Amazing Spider-Man 1 in my collection unless I found it at like an unreasonable deal.
Hey D, I hate to do this to you, but I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
And
One
tell your
minute.
mom I said hi.
I will.
It's his mom, y'all. And when I tell Biggie to tell her I said hi, it ain't dirty. It ain't like that. But all right, I'll show you the books I have on my floor. I already showed you this one, you bastards. I just got this one today. This is the book I whipped out on the hunt the other day. It's my signed Calverine book. Love this one. That was one of my best buys too, man. I got that for so cheap. This one I got from Comic Books NYC, Don Dada. Got it raw, and then I took it to C2E2 and got it graded. I love how a Golden Age book sits in the slab, man. That thing just fills it up. I love that. Here we got first little Dark Side. Yeah, baby. It's all pretty much books I'd shown on the hunt the other day, except for this one. It's my Avengers JLA #4. One of my favorite covers.
Hell yeah.
It's
So
just one of the most badass covers. Look at that motherfucker.
it's like, I know these are Marvel's biggest tools, but I'm Superman pussy, and he looks kind of intense while he's doing it. Like not.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. He is. Yeah, he's just absolutely fierce as fuck in this one.
See, I'm able to like accept my fate with like having a placeholder. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, like my first big Spider-Man book was ASM Annual 1. I was like, oh, this is badass. Like ASM 1 was far beyond what I was thinking of, or AF-15. But the Annual 1 was my placeholder for some cool Spider-Man book until I got it later. My biggest book now is the Green Goblin. But
Yeah.
so I got.
But here's the deal though. You didn't get that Annual 1 as a placeholder. You got it because you liked that book.
It was my trail at the time, but there for a long time, it was kind of like I would hope to get something bigger. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, like a placeholder, like Amazing Spider-Man 1 as a placeholder, would be a big setback to you getting that Amazing Fantasy 15.
Right. So I would leave off some of the, I would say placeholders, the books I would like bigger of, and I can think of two really good ones, but I think I got more than that. My second Doom FF6 is like I would rather have FF5. Oh, I got three good examples. So FF6, Hawk 2, which was an AOK. I just dreamed
Tua.
Yeah, Hawk 2. That's the second biggest Hawk book there is. In my opinion. Like 181's probably worth more maybe at some point, but Hawk 2's pretty fucking close. And then my third Iron Man, which it's strange because it values about the same as the second. Like I personally like the third appearance cover more than the first appearance. I think the third appearance cover is the best out of all the early gold suits. So I was just attracted to that and got it. And I'd like to have a Tells 39. Actually, somebody I know got a Tells 39. Big B McFly. He did a trade with Son of Crom, and
Okay.
from what I could tell, it was like some Batman books. I don't know what the big key is, but I did see the Son of Crom guy say, like, literally, I'm looking to give away my collection. And he said, I'm going to end up giving away this first Iron Man. So my crazy ass left a comment and said something like, that's pretty crazy giving away your collection. I don't know what I said. And so at some point, Big B traded him some books to get it. And that's amazing. The guy seems happy. Big B's, of course, ecstatic. Big B's also a guy that just got an FF1 because of some books. So Big B is super big books, and I see that, and I'm like, he's not super rich. He's just getting books because he's trading and and shit. It's very interesting. But yeah, man, my Ghost Rider 1's a good holder for Spotlight 5. I don't know which cover I like better. Like Spotlight 5 and Ghost Rider 1 are almost identical in my mind, but I might like.
You're not wrong. They're about the same to me too.
Yeah, like the motorcycle one, Spotlight 5 looks a little skinnier, I think, from what I could tell. Maybe Ghost Rider a little skinnier. But it's an interesting thing. It don't take long if you really pluck at shit to where you get so many books. You're just like, now me, I can upgrade on books that are low grade, but I'm kind of like Alan. Like Alan will get a book and that'll be an end of it. Like he rarely upgrades, and he's completely fine with a complete low grade, which I am too. Like I'm fine with having as long as I have a copy and it's complete, it counts. So I can move on to getting something else. Like I genuinely feel like I want more than an average collector. Like I want like comic shop dealer fucking collection. And I want 2 of them so I could sell some too if I'd like. That would be the ultimate. People think they have collections, and you look at a dealer that goes to a con, and they're selling AF-15, Tells 39, Batman 1s, and all that shit, and you're like, oh, they have a collection. That's a real fucking collection. Like we're very small scale at the end of things.
Yeah. Well, dude, I sold a big book today.
Did you sell that Gwen Stacy? Fucking.
I did.
Man.
First Spider-Gwen.
Bro, that was one of your favorite books. I'm surprised you even had it for sale.
It was one of those books, and you're talking about placeholders, and I kind of look at that book the way I look at X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 101. Right? Like the first appearance of Phoenix is not that important.
Why
it's
is
the first
Spider-Gwen not important anymore?
Because it's Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, no, but are you going to get a first Gwen Stacy now, or
that would be a better book for me? I think
it's fucking not that hard to get.
I know.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is I'd rather have a first Gwen Stacy than a first Spider-Gwen. And I sold it at a very good profit compared to what I paid for it.
Now, what was the peak of that book? Because I remember it seemed to have been a little.
It got up to I think it got up to around $1,100 at one point.
That's not
so that would have been nice to get an extra couple hundred on it, but no, man, I sold it right at market value, and yeah, man, that bitch is already in the mail, and off she goes.
That's fucking cool, bro. That's a pretty good little chunk of change, and I know you was saving from your fucking the con. Like you didn't buy anything too crazy, as far as I know. So, shit, you're closer to an X-Men 1 than I am, dog. You already got one.
Well, no, dude, me and the wife, we got hit with a lot of expenses lately.
Okay.
And all of our bills are paid. We have plenty of food in the cupboard.
No loans, no over fucking fees or nothing.
No, everything is fine. But I wanted to be a little more comfortable with money than I was at the moment, and now I'm there. I feel good about it, and it
You
helped
did just
me
get a new
to.
car. You did just get a new car.
Yeah, I did just get a new car.
Yeah.
Um, so and when I sell a book like that, it's a book I still like to have in my collection, but at the moment, at the time I sold it, I go, you know what? I sell it right now. I made a really good profit off of this book,
Right.
and I feel good about that.
You right.
And a year from now, 2 years from now, if I see that book again and it's $100 cheaper than what it is now, maybe I'll pick it up again.
Maybe. Or if you really want it bad enough, you might spend a little extra.
Yeah, you never know.
Right.
Um, I hope I don't spend any extra because I like the idea of I got it cheap, I sold it at a good rate, and then I got it cheap again.
Usually when I get rid of a book that's valuable and I kind of like it, I have to replace it, I end up paying a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
I there was a time when I could have sold my X-Men #1. Hey, Rad, what's up, man? Um, I could have sold my X-Men 1 for $30,000 and then waited a year and rebought it for 10.
yeah,
I wouldn't have been mad about doing that,
no, that wouldn't have made you too crazy. But
but I didn't know it would go back down. Like no one knows what the comic book market is going to do, and a lot of channels like to speculate, but and all the ones that speculate like professionally, quote unquote, were telling you that these prices are through the roof and there's no end in sight, and
yeah,
you
it,
know,
it,
so
it would be
yeah,
hard if I had a fucking book that was $30,000. It would be hard for me to let it go because in your mind you think this is just going to do anything. This is going to do any. It's going to keep going up in value the longer I have it.
yep,
So the longer you have it, you're thinking this is 30,000 now, maybe 50 in 10 years or something, and then everything crashes and that one comes down with it a little bit, So it's hard to
dude, it
fucking
was
your mind wrap it around that,
yeah,
It's hard to understand.
dude, it was crazy. It went when I bought it at $6,900. Okay, most I ever paid for a book. It went up to $30,000 in under a year after I bought it.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it was so wild. Um, my the Miles Morales book right here was going for $3,000 at one point. Now it's closer to 1,000. That one, it and $3,000 for that book was dumb. Like I saw a lot of channels telling you to get that book, and I'm like, ooh, oh baby, no, not at 3K. Come on.
That's like, well, everything X-Men was stupid expensive. Like, okay, my X-Men 94 at one point was one of my top 5 expensive books. And now it's like a $600-$700 book, I think. So I think it got up to like 1,900 or some shit at one point. I'm just like, wow, I'm glad at least I got this one. I didn't have the GSX. The GSX was through the roof. X-Men 1 was a skyscraper. So that's what magnetizes me to it, that book right now. It's like if it got to that point 3 years ago, who's to say it won't get to that point in a couple more? Like it
Yeah.
could. So
So my top five right now, I've got my X-Men #1. That's priced. GPA is around 10,750. My Amazing Spider-Man 149, which is right there in the corner there. That one is priced at in a 9.8. It's at 3,500. My Daredevil 1 is just over $3,000. My GSX 1 at a 6.5 is at 2,100. And then my fifth most valuable book is Web of Spider-Man 118 newsstand edition. Comes in at just over $1,800.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool that your Scarlet Spider is one of your top 5.
Yeah, and I got two of them in my top 5. Because
Well,
that Amazing Spider-Man 149
yeah, I knew
is
you'd
the
say clone, but how's
yeah.
that? I mean, that's the guy that ends up being Scarlet Spider, so that counts, right?
It's Ben Riley before he's called Ben Riley. Yes.
Okay.
So
I got about $7,000 books and a couple $2,000 books, I think. So, my Hulk 2, my Avengers 1 are both around 2 to 2,500. You know, considering what the Avengers 1 grades out to. And then it's like, Brainiac, GSX, Swamp Thing, Goblin. I feel like there's a couple more around 1,000. My FF48 was $900 when I bought it. But yeah, and then I got a bunch under that. So, no big $4,000 books yet, but I'm working on it.
yeah, dude. No, like, and I subscribe to what's that one? What's the one that you were giving away? The code for?
The code?
Yeah, for the grading, not the grading, the value. It's not Go Collect. It's not GPA. It was
Oh, for like
Cover Price. Cover Price.
right.
So I subscribe to Cover Price because it works with my CLZ app. I love that. According to them, I've got 9 books that are worth over $1,000 right now.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I forgot my. I think the other two that are over a G are probably my Superman 23 and my World's Finest 2, and then my Captain America. I've seen books in similar condition around 2K. So I'm not saying it's worth 2K, but I think it's around 1,500, which is nice.
Yeah, dude, no, it's good to have a nice little stack of books worth some dough.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, just having those 9 books like you got and I got, that it would do a nice dent in a rainy day. Um, and then I got books that ain't worth as much. I feel like are major keys. Like the first Thanos, the ASM 300, the New Mutants 98, the Ghost Rider 1. Fuck, there's a few. Oh yeah, my Black Panther is a good one to have. First Vision, First Hercules, First Zeus, shit like that. What do you think about guys that like take a collection like Tony and Hudat kind of fascinate me. Like they're not the exact same kind of collectors. Like I think Hudat does have a PC he don't fuck with much, but Tony he has a little PC he don't fuck with much either. But his percentage of books he'll flip to get new ones is a lot higher than ours. Like he'll flip his first Green Hornet or first Phantom and shit to get a cool book. He'll get a first Tick, shit like that. And if I would do that, I might be able to get a bigger book, but I would lose all the medium sized shit. So I don't know. I consider it sometimes. I'd rather take the little books you could get in the dollar bin that you can make $30 off of. Take about 100 of those and get a cool book. Like that's what
Hell
I've been
yeah.
for a long time. I mean, even my first Black Widow, like I just got that book, and I think that's a pretty sick book because she's a pretty good female character. Like I now I want to get a first Wasp because it's pretty inexpensive too. You know. I got one of those first Gwen Stacy's, but my it's a what do they call that shit where they rip the header off? A remainder copy.
Oh yeah.
I got that from Madness for an AOK, and I was on the verge of getting one with the header on it, and he AOK'd me that one, and I just was like, "Fuck it, this is good enough." But I really do like that cover, so I might get one of them too. First Sentinel, you got First Sentinel, don't you? Do
No. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
is that your second earliest X-Men?
No, first Juggernaut now.
Wait, you got fucking Juggernaut this year too. That's fucking gnarly, bro. Yeah, Jugs is a good character to get. Like my first Kingpin, that's a pretty good one. The Punisher's pretty nice. I can't think of a bunch of like books that ain't the first number ones, and Tales 39, even Strange Tales 101 or where the fuck it is not that tough to get. Like it's about a G. So that's why I hang out with Alan. I try to absorb what I can from Steppo. I've learned the most from guys, honestly, like D and 84 and Doc. Like I watch these guys collab, and I'm like, I want to aspire to get books like those guys. I really miss Madness a lot, bro. Like that motherfucker's collection and how smart he is, dude, is very much needed in this community now, dude. Like there's a lot of new collectors that think they know some shit, and they're green as fuck, dog. I hate to be like a prick and sound like the old timer saying shit like that, but when you got boys like Madness that are gone now, it's like, man, fuck.
No, I miss Madness, dude. He's still a good friend. His life changed, and he owns his own business now, and
Yeah,
he's just a busy dude. But we got a lot of good memories of that guy.
yeah. What a fucking collection that guy has too, man. Like he inspired me to get the Galactus books. I remember when he first got them, I was just like in awe, dude. I was just like, what the fuck? I was watching an auction from 5 years ago. This is how stuck in the past I am. It was Smurf, Whitewell, and Madness, and they were selling like big books. I seen you in the chat, like talking books up and saying nice shit. I wasn't there for some fucking reason, and it was kind of neat to see guys like that around you that had cool fucking books like that.
Dude, R.I.P. Smurf, dude.
No shit, bro. Like I still got some Smurf books that he sent me. He sent me such a cool AOK right before he kind of quit collecting. That guy, dude, he had killer books. Like he had the first fucking Silver Surfer. He had the first Loki, and he didn't really fucking care that much. He was like, my favorite character is Rocket Raccoon.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be like, I got all these cool books, I'm gonna sell them. He sold them all. He got his little Rocket Raccoon joint, a couple with Rocket Raccoon 1. And unfortunately, he had an addiction, which a lot of people like us do. But he's gone now, and it's really sad. Yeah. What up, Big Darth? Good to see you. And Great Legend, I already said hi. Big Norrin Rad.
Carlito's in the chat.
Anyways, there's some good young collectors. That top 15 collectors of the year I did. You want to talk about some cool collections people got? I'm just not tight with a lot of them, but it was probably the best top 15. And I had DJ Lynx on recently, and he was kind of joking. He said, how did you put me at fourth? I got an AF-15 and a Hawk 1. He even got a Journey into Mystery 82. And I'm just like, dog, you're talking Doc, Steppo, and Alan. Like, you think you're fucking, you think you're on that shit? Like, I'm not even gonna talk about Steppo or Doc's books, but fucking Alan, he got a first Robin. He got a fucking Chilling 19. Like, he gets shit that we don't even think about getting. He's already got all them joints you just got for sure. So you got to pay homage sometimes.
Well, and
This is tremendous, by the way. Like,
yeah.
being behind those guys, holy shit.
Well, and you got to remember, like, first on your list was Doc.
Yeah.
And Alan had to buy that book, that first Robin from Doc.
Exactly.
Like just shows how high Doc is on the list. Like he's flipping first Robin so he can get first Batman. Like.
And he got the Robin back Blue Label for twice as much as the one he sold.
Yeah.
So
fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I want Doc on my channel pretty bad. Like, he recently got 3 books. D knows about them. And Doc don't care we talk at this point because he's gotten so many big books. It's just like whatever. But fucking the All-Star 8's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. First Wonder Woman's crazy. But the All-American 52, dog? Or no, the More Fun 52. Excuse me. More Fun 52, the first Spectre, bro? That shit is like a whole nother galaxy, bro. That's like, I don't know anybody's ever had that book. Just like the Tech 27. I don't know anybody's got Tech 27, but a fucking first Spectre too, that just is cool. Like, Spectre's fucking crazy cool. So
I'm looking up a book here. I want to see
I wouldn't know a lot of Golden Age books wasn't for Doc. Like, he gets them and then I kind of absorb them after he gets them. I don't have any big blue keys, sadly. Maybe someday I will for it. I thought you got a fucking FF48, bro. I thought you got a 48. Norton, you told me you was going to get one of those or one. So for one, that's a big ass book. Either one of those is a big ass book.
Does either of them have a More Fun 101 first Superboy?
No, maybe Alan. I don't think so though. That's not only the first Superboy, that's the first Green Arrow too, and a second or something. I think it's a fucking cool book.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to get. I'm looking that one up.
Yeah. That's what the bitch about that book is, that it's tied in with another first appearance. It's pretty big, If it was just Superboy, it might not be that tough. But since it's Green Arrow too, it's a motherfucker, bro. I don't
know if it's first Green Arrow.
It's something, bro. Yeah, it's something green, pretty sure.
It doesn't, dude. The only key on that book says first appearance of Superboy.
Well, that's why I tell you that your app is trash, bro. But you don't listen to me.
All right, hold on. Like, I'll go ahead and prove you wrong. We're gonna find first appearance of Green Arrow.
It sounds good, proving your boy wrong, but I am the key master. I know a few things. What is it? More Fun 101?
Yep. So first appearance of Green Arrow was More Fun Comics number 73.
Okay. Maybe it's just Superboy, huh?
Yeah. But Superboy, Green Arrow is on the cover of that book. So I can see where you got that twisted, but.
Oh. I wonder why I thought that. Which book am I thinking of with the 2 keys? Never mind. There's another book that's like that, but apparently I thought it was that one. Is it the first cover maybe? Aquaman. It don't say shit on the blue label, so Okay. Last appearance to Spectre. That's not what I want.
All right, I'm going to pull up all the Green Arrow keys. So yeah, first appearance was in 73. Yeah, there's no real key issue part of that
Yeah,
101 involving Green Arrow.
that's fair. I'll ask
And
Alan,
that,
but I'm probably wrong.
and that wasn't even key collector or anything. I was just Googling shit.
No, I was trying to Google and find it too. Sometimes it's almost impossible to figure out. Anybody in the chat know what the fuck I'm talking about? But yeah, I feel like one of the Superboy books had another key to it, but okay, it's not that one.
Yeah, I know. Like the first Kid Flash had first Weather Wizard as well. Maybe he had that twisted up.
I wonder what the first Silver Age Lois Lane is.
That's a good question.
I had this argument about Jimmy Olsen. I think it's Action 4, but people argue with me on that one too. First Lois Lane. Yeah, I'll call Doc. I'll see if he'll answer. It's only 9 o'clock. Maybe he'll answer.
Calling him right now. You're getting cold calling his ass right now.
Yeah.
Do it on speakerphone.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know what? I was looking under Doc, but I don't think I have his number saved.
What?
That's bullshit. Yeah. I was looking under his real name.
How do you not have his number?
I don't know.
All right. I can't do it because I'm streaming on my phone. Yeah, so but I'm gonna find the number, I'm gonna send it to your Instagram.
Yeah, do that. Thank you. It's so weird it ain't in my contacts. Maybe if I search for it. I know I got it saved because there's a picture to it. Nothing.
All right. Hold on, I found the number. It's coming into your Instagram in just a second.
He calls me and I have it on there. It's so weird. I'm sleepy.
There you go.
Just Spawn and one I think I want to start Conan. Okay. Okay, I see something. I'll call it. Oh, it's under fucking man caves. That's why I couldn't find it. I was looking under Doc and Farm.
I literally have them saved under Man Cave as well. So that
Doc.
Speakerphone.
Oh, he wants you on speakerphone. All right, hold on. All right, here he is. So we were talking about first Superboy, more fun 101. I thought that was fucking the first Green Arrow too. Why did I think that?
No, it's not the first Green Arrow.
It's not a double key.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, do you
Green Arrow is More Fun 73.
Do you have any idea what book I'm thinking of? It's a double key. Superboy.
More Fun 73 is first Green Arrow, first Speedy, and first Aquaman.
Oh, that's where I got fucked up. More Fun 73, D. All right.
Weird. Thanks. Hold on. Doc.
Hold on. He wants to ask you something. What up?
Doc, can you hear me?
Yeah, no.
Why can't he fucking hear me?
No,
I can hear him.
He can hear you.
Hey, Doc.
Yo.
I fucking love you, bro.
I love you too, my man.
All right, that's all I got for you.
All right, Doc. Thanks, bro.
All right, talk to you soon, boy.
Later.
Bye.
So okay, so the first Green Arrow is the first Aquaman. That's probably where I got fucked up.
Yeah.
There was a little semblance. I knew there was something wrong, but I fucking tied the Superboy to it this whole time.
Yeah.
Damn, it's annoying. First Green Arrow, first Aquaman, and something else you said. I missed the last part, but
Yes, you did, and you liked it.
my LCS has a Surfer 1 for 600. I want they have FF48 also, but that's out of range for me. Well, at $600 for a Surfer 1, bro, like fucking FF48s are like at 800 now. So, you know, if you're going to get the Surfer 1, just save a couple hundred more, get that FF48. It's went down since I bought it. I bought it right at the beginning of the end. So books were still a little bit expensive when I got mine. It's really interesting where the market is right now. Like, there's so many books that were around $3,000 to $4,000 at a grand. So, like Daredevil 1, Showcase 22s, the first Doctor Strange. Those three books pop in my head because those were over a couple grand at one point, and now you can get them around a grand. So, I like Showcase 22 the most out of the three. But even the fucking Brave and Bold 28. Like, that one's a lot cheaper now. I seen one not that long ago for 800. That was you got
Yeah, and for that's the weird thing between our collecting is, I'm a big slab collector. So for me, I want it in a certain grade, and it doesn't need to be high grade when we're talking about a Silver Age key, but I definitely want it to be closer to that mid or low mid grade. Like that, I really like that 4.5, 4.0 sweet spot. Um, and none of those books are at a grand in that sweet spot that I'm looking for.
what I've noticed something about you with the 9.8s is like if I got to a fucking 9.8, right, I'd probably be like, okay, I don't want to go through that again. I'm just gonna keep it. But I've seen you let go of a couple 9.8s. Is it hard for you to do that because you know if you're gonna replace it, you're gonna want a 9.8 again, or how do you think about that?
No, if I sell a book, it's like if it's in my collection now, I wanted it at the grade I got it. Like unless like there's a few books that are the exception to that, and that's like I bought a raw copy and I submitted it. I didn't get the grade I wanted, but no, man, it doesn't mess with if I look at a book and I can make peace with the fact that I don't need it anymore. It don't fuck with me at all to lose it. The Spider-Gwen book that I sold today, dude, it had sat in a box for 2 years.
Dude, you used to fucking put that right next to your fucking Miles
I did,
for months.
but since then it's just sat in a box. And if a book only will ever sit in my box, I don't always need it. You know, like I got a lot of slabs on my wall. I have slabs up here. I have slabs in my basement. Displayed in certain areas, and you know, if it is only ever going to sit in a box, I don't know if I need it.
My best slabs are in a corner on a counter, and my medium slabs are on the wall, and my smaller slabs are right next to me underneath my laptop that's broken. But I'm fine with my bigger. I don't want to have my big slabs on the wall just in case somebody comes in here. I want to give them a little bit of a chore to find them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no.
I kind of keep my medium. The ones that won't kill me if they get took on the wall, and my ones that will kill me, I put them in a different pile. But I would love to fucking show them off all the time. I just, I did for a few months, and then I was thinking, what in the fuck am I thinking? I live in a town where the living per month is like 2K, like, and I got these fucking people like, fuck off, bro. I'm not gonna. My neighbors are dope heads. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But
do they may not know what's valuable then?
they'll know the ones on the wall that are all shiny and shit in big cases probably are, I would guess.
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid, man. I wish I lived in a better town or better neighborhood. I mean, even a neighborhood in my town would be better than this. Just a nicer one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you got to be happy and fortunate. So recently, like, Sticky isn't everybody's favorite collector or whatever, but he has some pretty cool books. And I think he said he kind of fell out of the loop of wanting the books. I think that he said that he was buying stuff that YouTube channels were speculating on. And I think that's the biggest error you can make in collecting is collecting what somebody else tells you to get. D obviously gets what he wants. I obviously get what I want. Now, sometimes I might not get a favorite character of mine, but it's a nostalgic Americana kind of feel for me.
Yeah.
So I get books that I feel like are cool to other people even if I'm not into them. Like, I'm not the biggest Batman fan, but I got First Penguin, like,
yeah.
It's an important character. I want to have a nice book to go with it. So,
dude, but you talking about Sticky, like, that motherfucker hates on Comic Tom, and they had their beef, and he didn't do well in the debate. But why the fuck is he so gullible that he just buys the spec books that everyone is cucking on? Like,
I feel like it's more of a cop out to say, like, this is why I hate y'all more than anything. I think it's more of a cop out, and they may not have served the purpose he wanted. Maybe he did overspend for him. I don't know.
No, dude, it like, and that's why like JP made that list, where he'd talk shit about the Comic Tom top 10 6 months after he made the list.
Right.
So he'd look back on it. Like, I always love that idea. Just, there's a video out there that holds that list accountable for what they were saying about it. Now, the other part of that is if you look at those videos, like Tom never says this is a good time to buy this book. He's just telling you that it's going for really high prices. So he's really kind of telling you this is a good time to sell that fucking book if you got it.
That's what we've all came to determine over the years is if you see the book on the list, it's time to sell it. That's what we've all kind of accepted.
Yeah. But it does make other people want to buy the book. I remember when I did buy a book off of the top 10 list from Comic Tom once. And it was the Marvel Team Up 141, like the quote unquote tied for first appearance of the black suit. And I regretted it buying it, but Tom didn't make me buy it. He didn't say now's a good time to get in on this book. He said it was it's the highest it's ever been going for, and then I went and bought it like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So you know what I didn't do? I didn't fucking hate Comic Tom.
No.
Because I bought that book. Like, I checked myself and be like, hey, don't go buying books this motherfucker's got on his fucking list because it ain't a good time to buy. It's a good time to sell.
Well, I heard ETA Nick has fell on some hard times, Norrin. He's a very interesting, polarizing figure, in my opinion. He did have an Action 1, which he didn't share that with everybody. I always found that fascinating. Like, he's the only fucking guy I knew on YouTube that had an Action 1. Maybe fucking Nerdy Girl, but I don't count her. Her fucking real estate husband buys all that shit. But
yeah, they're just dealers. They're not collectors. It's different. She's an influencer and a dealer, not a collector.
I bet if you sat her down and asked her what 5 keys were, she'd probably get 2 of them. So that's
She knows some stuff. She's been around it long enough to be able to spit some knowledge, and she's not dumb, but you know she plays a role. She she's selling books. Good for her, you know.
Mhm.
Like she don't really have to do all. And I'm not saying what she does isn't work. She doesn't have to go punch a time clock.
well,
She doesn't have to go lift. She doesn't have to go unload a truck. She doesn't have to work in the kitchen. She gets to be online and sell books, and that's not a bad gimmick, you know.
to me, she's kind of like one of these uh, rich people investors that seen a hobby coming that was good to invest in, and they did, and they learned some things about it, and they got some rare books that went up in value, and they did good.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying, like the small time shit, they might not know much about. That's just how I feel. But well, I don't know. Maybe she does. Maybe she's a brainiac. Hard telling. I could see her collecting Pokemon cards just as much as I could see her collecting comic books. Is my main point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm just going to show some books for you out of here. Like this is a Comic Tom book. It's always on the list, and it's fun to have books that hold value. This one got down pretty fucking low. You could have sold this for $50 at one point, and I felt too bad about it. But it's back around the $100 mark raw, and I'm pretty happy I got it.
You gonna sell it?
Fuck no, I got the whole run. The only
You
one
don't collect. You don't collect runs, motherfucker. What the fuck?
I do whenever they're new books, and it's easy to just buy them as you go. You know, I do have a lot of runs, but it's all because they started after 2015 in the Marvel. You know.
Yeah.
This one's a high grade. I'm not a monster guy, but I got that one really cheap. First Silver Age Blue Beetle.
There you go.
It's a cool book. That one varies.
Ted Cord.
Yeah, first Ted Cord. That's right. $2.98. I got all of the black suits, like the Marvel 141 you were talking about. First Phantom Stranger. First Punisher.
First Jackal.
First Jackal. First Norman Osborn. Got this one in Chicago. It's got a little chunk out of the bottom, but pretty good condition. Second Doom. First Team Up Early Submariner. So great.
Yeah.
Like that one a lot. There's my first Green Goblin. These are all like, most of them are major keys, I would say. Hulk 180. A pretty big one. This is my newest top loader book. Got this for $2. It's the Crossfire. That's going to go towards the X-Men one eventually. ASM 50. First Kingpin. It's a good one. I got this one from Doc.
Yeah.
Fucking love this one, bro. It's probably like a 6.0, I think. It's really nice when you have a good key that's in good condition, that's old as fuck. Makes you feel good. There's one of my biggest books, Avengers. I've probably read it like 6 times. $2.99. I do like the premiere issues. I got a bunch of those. Iron Man 1 is one of the bigger ones. Very cool one.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Neil Adam covers. D has this one. D has this one too. The Jugs.
Dude, I love that book.
Yeah, Jugs is a sweet one.
That was on my list for so long. I just kept avoiding it, and I'm glad I did, because when I was thinking about buying it, it was around like $1,200 in the grade I wanted, and I got it for way less than that. So I'm very happy with that.
What'd you pay for yours?
Ooh, I forget, but I'm gonna find out. Give me 1 second.
I would guess $300 to $500, but what do I know? I don't know. Maybe more. You got like a 4.0, didn't you?
I got a 4.5.
4.5. 700, 600.
We're
I
about
think-
to find out.
I think First Null is going to be big too. That's what Darth was saying, Norrin Red.
I think it's going to be big until the movie comes out, and it'll slide back down.
I think the movie is going to surpass what people's expectations. It seems to be getting a lot of buzz.
I think it's going to disappoint.
You think it's going to disappoint? Okay, well, we got a good.
The first Carnage was the Carnage movie was terrible.
Yeah. And then the
And-
last one was too. Morbius was trash.
Yeah, like I have no faith in that universe. If they make the movie good, cool. I'm happy for them, and I'm glad they made a good movie. But they're still making a Venom movie with no Spider-Man in it. Like that's a terrible. Venom is very cool. Like you could, if they would have introduced Venom in a Spider-Man movie, and then they could have done Venom spin-off movies, that would have worked. But in this universe, Venom just exists, and there's no Spider-Man. Like, so fucking, I hate that. I paid $580 for my first Juggernaut.
I think I paid 150.
Yeah, but
mine has color.
yours is color touch. Mine is graded 4.5.
Yes.
Universal Blue Label.
I'm not
So-
mad at mine being restored. I don't know how much color touch. I can't really tell, but it's in good condition considering the color touch. So I'm not mad at it. I think it was a 3.5 color touch is what they said, but for 150, bro, that's a fraction. I got 2 of these. Yeah, baby. Okay, I will. SM20. This is the only con exclusive I like. It's the Miles Morales.
I
You know,
love that it's an homage done by the original creators of the Secret Wars 8.
Old. It's just old.
Yeah, me too.
This one.
It's a
Don't
Zek,
pull it,
so-
don't pull it, don't pull it.
Do you have the Secret Wars 8?
That's a pretty good book if it didn't have the stamp. Oh, God. I think it's in a fucking top loader. Shit.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped it with my feet. Damn. Whew. It's a good one. I got that way underpriced. I got both of those actions. It's kind of like I sat and waited so long to get them, and I'm a bit of a opportunist. So I paid $40 for the 180, and I paid 130 for the 38.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, those are super underpriced. I just got like First Gambit, I think. Yeah, First Gambit. It's a pretty high grade. Damn, this one's like sliding out. This one could go out. I got a bigger book than that.
Dude, I remember Madness wanted to buy that from you so bad.
Yeah, and I got this Moon Knight. He's lucky he didn't buy it because it ain't worth shit.
No, yeah, dude, he was, but he was specking on it before he wanted to buy it from you before it went expensive. And you were smart. You said, no, I'm going to hold on to it. But you didn't sell it when it was expensive. So,
No, and I'm still sitting on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with my decision. I ended up getting a fucking a better looking Ivy, in my opinion. Just don't have a centerfold.
he wanted to give you the one with the tape pull on it.
Yeah. Hawk 181, first Turtles, fourth print. My favorite Iron Man cover. Mine's very faded, but still does the job. 49.
Why wouldn't you have 48 on the back of 49?
It's in a weird Mylar from my comic shop. It's got like a graded Mylar, and it's pretty good. So I just keep it in
Okay.
the original one. Ghost Rider 1 and Gamora. So those are my top loader joints. I bored everybody away. What was that? That's possible D, but I hope not. He's saying, I don't know what the first Unstoppable Colossus is either. I'm not sure I know what key that one is. You don't know that one off the top of your head?
Nope.
Me neither. I know the Cannonball one. I don't know the number, but I see the cover in my mind. Anyways, I got the family buzzing around. I think I'm gonna hop in.
I gotta pee anyways.
Okay, I gotta read that book for our book club.
Yeah, what book is that again? I forget.
X-Men. Hold on a second. I'll go get it.
Oh, Uncanny. Yeah, I know. I know what it is.
Okay.
Uncanny something. Yeah, I got it.
I think it's 312.
Yeah.
Colossus takes Gem of Sidorak. Is that the shit that Ghost Rider had?
No, the Sidorak is what gives Juggernaut his power.
Oh, okay. He takes the gem. Oh, from Juggernaut. Gotcha.
Yeah, he becomes like the Juggernaut plus Colossus. He is pretty badass.
Possibly Dylan Brock as well, maybe. Interesting. I heard a weird fucking rumor about X-Men, or not X-Men, Venom the other day, that the new Venom might be Luke, whatever the fuck his name is, the Power Man guy.
Oh, Luke Cage?
Luke Cage, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
All right, man, I got to roll out of here. I got to pee so bad I can taste it.
all right, D. Later, dog.
All right.
Later,
Adios,
Chip.
everyone.
Big Biggie. Biggie.